In this video, we'll go over some of the problems that were assigned in assignment 2-2. The first problem is to solve an equation for x. And to do this, we'll distribute the 2 inside the parentheses. We'll combine like terms, subtract 5 from both sides, and divide by 2. The solution is x equals 1. Now it's a good idea to check the solution by substituting the value of 1 into the original equation for x. Now add 1 and 3, do the multiplication, and then we get a true statement, 7 equals 7, therefore we know the solution x equals 1 is correct. In this example, we're asked to solve a quadratic equation. Here we're going to factor the trinomial into the product of two binomials. This is an Algebra 1 concept. And we use the zero product property. We set each binomial factor equal to 0 and solve each equation. Now we're going to check our solutions. And we'll substitute the x equals 6 and check that we get a true statement. We did get a true statement. Now let's substitute -2 in place of x in the original equation. And let's do the math there. 12 minus 12 equals 0, so that is another true statement. Therefore, the two solutions, x equals 6 and x equals -2, are both valid. Next example is another quadratic equation which we will factor into two binomials, apply the zero product property, and solve each equation for x. Again, quadratic equations typically have two solutions. Here we have a linear equation which will have one solution. And we're going to distribute the 4 inside the parentheses. And then we have an x on both sides. But also there's some like terms that can be combined on the right. Now we have to get our x's together and our numbers together. Let's subtract 4x from both sides and subtract 3 from both sides. Divide by -2. And our solution is x equals 3. We're going to check that by substituting the value of 3 into the original equation. And we'll do the math. 6 plus 3 equals 4 times 2 plus 1. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 equals 9. That tells me that x equals 3 is the solution. Okay, the next example, you're asked to complete the square. And I have a URL here for some algebra tiles that are nice to use. So with algebra tiles, you have an x squared tile, which looks like this, and then I have to find 10 of the x tiles. And what I'm going to do is put those 10 tiles to the right of the x squared and underneath the x squared. Now to complete the square, I would have to add 25 little units there. So I would add 25 to complete the square of x squared plus 10x. And algebraically, if I did not have access to tiles, to complete the square of a quadratic expression, I take half of the coefficient of the linear term and square it. So half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25. Here we're solving a quadratic equation, and we're going to do this by taking the square root of both sides. When I take the square root of x minus 2 squared, I get x minus 2. The square root of 9, though, remember, will be 3 or -3. So here are two equations. Let's add 2 to both sides to solve the equations for x. Let's check both solutions. First, we'll take 5 and substitute it in place of the original and see if it's a true statement. Now let's take -1. So there are two solutions, x equals 5 and x equals -1. Now before we end the video, I just wanted to refresh your memory that when we find the graphical or the solutions of equations, the graphical representation is where the graph crosses the x-axis. So the solution that we found to this equation earlier is x equals 1. And if I were to type this equation into a graphing utility like Desmos, x equals 1 is where the graph would cross the x-axis. Similarly, for quadratic equations, remember there were two solutions for this one. And if I were to graph y equals x squared minus 4x minus 12, it's a parabola that crosses the x-axis at 6 and -2. So one last one to consider, the quadratic equation x minus 2 quantity squared equals 9. There were two solutions, remember? And if I were to graph y equals x minus 2 quantity squared minus 9, the parabola would cross the x-axis at -1 and 5.